Hey babes, thanks for tuning in to Too Hot to Sip podcast, where the tea stay hot and ready to be spilled. Babes, did you get the chance to follow this podcast yet? No? Then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do it now. I don't think you want to miss out on these crazy topics. Also, you can follow us on our social media. It will always be listed down below in the description box. Okay, well, stay tuned for this new episode today. Bye. Mwah. Hey babes, what's going on? We are back for another one. And before we go ahead and talk about this crazy ass topic, please do your girl a favor and subscribe to this podcast. Follow, subscribe, baby. It's free. The only thing that's not free is my story times. And y'all already know it's like 99 cents if y'all want to. So take your time if you want to, though. But I'm telling y'all, my story is juicy. But it is free to subscribe and follow my podcast. Definitely free to follow all of my social media. And again, like I said, I do have a podcast website for you guys. Did I say that right? Podcast website. There you go. And it's freaking amazing. We have our own special group. We have our own special Facebook / Twitter / Instagram. All in that in one just for us in our podcast website. Like we can talk, chat, share whatever we want to, honey. It is lit. Okay. Then y'all will have my podcast free on the website as well. And so much more. So I suggest you guys go ahead over to my website. It will be down in the description below. Sorry, I'm stumbling under my words. Child, it's been a long day. But let's go ahead and jump into this topic, baby, because we have so much to discuss. And I really just want to break down everything that I think is a bit juicy. And if y'all hear my paper switching, that is me because I had wrote some things down, honey, to make sure I ain't miss nothing before I go ahead and jump into my opinion. So let's go ahead and jump into this, right? So once again, Diddy is back in the news, honey. Diddy is back in them lawsuits, okay? And child is not looking too good. Is not looking too good. Right after Cassie, sued him and he settled quick. Now the music producer that was on his Love album, Lil Rod, is suing him. So child is a lot. And also, quick note, I heard Tiffany Red is suing him. So baby, it's not looking good for Diddy this year. I felt like he should have never dropped that album called Love because it seemed like the year's not yearing for him. And he might want to stay in the shadows, honey, and keep quiet for a while. Because all this, let me just say it now, all this allegation, because we don't know if it's true or facts until they make it to court and prove him to be guilty. So with all these allegations, okay, let's read on. So I wrote some notes, y'all. So the lawsuit is between Lil Rod, Mr. Rodney Jones, and P.diddy, okay, Sean Combs. Now, Lil Rod is basically suing, let me say that, not putting, but suing several different people. So he is suing Sean Combs, that is Diddy, Justin Dior Combs, that's Diddy's son. I think his name is Lucien Charles Grand, the CEO of Universal Music Group. Ethiopia, I think that's how you pronounce it. I do not know how to pronounce her last name, so I'm not going to even try. But the former CEO of Motown Record, parent to Love Records, and Christina Koram, chief of staff to Combs Global Enterprises. So that is everyone that is being sued in this lawsuit against P.diddy versus Lil Rod. Now we're gonna go and jump into the allegation. Now there is so much more allegations to this, but for me, I really wanted to jump into these because it seemed as if it's a pattern right now. So let me just read this and then I'll share my thoughts on the patterns. Okay, so the allegations are use and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB. I don't know what this is. Ketamine. I know weed and mushrooms. And the second one is illegal guns. What's wrong with me? Illegal guns. So apparently he displays a lot of illegal guns. But I don't really know what he meant illegal guns, because you can purchase several guns, and lately, you know how Florida say you don't need a license. So I don't know. Unless it's not registered and he believes it's not registered to him. I don't know, child, but whatever. Then the third one is lace alcohol beverages to minors and sex worker at his home, Cali, New York, U.S. Virgin Island, and Florida. Then another allegations of Christina instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she can provide it to Diddy. Then the next one is Kristen Combe drugging and SAing women's. Young Miami cousin assisting with SAing Lil Rod. Cuba Goodings Jr., the actor, sexually harassing and SAing Lil Rod. Then it goes to the point where Diddy is sexually harassing him and SAing him by groping and touching anus of Lil Rod, walking around nude in front of Lil Rod. Christina acting oblivious to Diddy doing and undressing himself and touching up on Lil Rod. Then Lil Rod claiming that Diddy used Stevie J, like saying that, oh, you know, according to what I read, okay, let me say that. According to what I read, how Stevie J is implemented in this is that because Lil Rod admires Stevie J, because, you know, Stevie J is supposed to be this all-time great music producer, etc. So I guess Lil Rod looked up to Stevie J and always wanted to work with him. So what Diddy would do is, according to the lawsuit, he will basically dingle and dangle Stevie J name around to keep Lil Rod under him and, you know, continue working with him, even with the act of, you know, trying to groom him and entice him to engage in like homo shit, right? Then Lil Rod claimed that Diddy showed him a video of Stevie J doing another man, and then freak off sections that he typically sees, right? Now, there is so much more allegations in the documents, where I will literally link the documents so you guys can take a look, really read through it if y'all want. It's quite a lot. It's like 73 pages. So if y'all want, y'all can really get into it, because there's even more things. Like there's they're also talking about like past situation where according to Lil Rod, there was a shooting at one of the studios in Hollywood, and he was present for that. You know, just speaking about how people just, you know, let Diddy act the way he act and do whatever he pleases, and stuff like that. Then sex trafficking. And I'm confused about the sex trafficking. Does he mean like because according to Lil Rod on here, he's basically saying whenever he goes out and hang out or live with Diddy is always telling him to bring some girls back with him whenever he steps out or go to the clubs or whatever. Or to what I heard, because I'm not sure if I've seen it on here. I did not read that here. But according to some, there's a clothes, some type of clothes, some type of hat or whatever that he had Lil Rod wear when he's out going to clubs and whatever. It lets other like strippers and stuff like that know that Diddy's in town, and for them to like swing by or hit him up to swing by and whatever. So I mean, there's a lot, but my interest was in these topics here of these allegations, because this is not the first time we heard, you know, the freak off, the sex trafficking, drugs, you know, gay shit happening and stuff like that when it comes to Diddy. Remember when Cassidy was basically suing him, she basically said the exact same thing. And if I'm not mistaken, it seems as if Lil Rod is basically copying and pasting just a little, right? Now, I want to go to where Lil Rod is basically saying that Diddy is sexually harassing him and SAing him by groping and touching his anus. My whole thing is with that is like, Lil Rod, how is Diddy even getting into your pants and spreading your cheeks to get into your anus? Like, how can he be groping and touching your anus? Like, I'm confused. Like, did you not have clothes on? Did he pull the clothes down off of you and force you and, you know, force his hand in there? Because what is being wrote here, and I'm not trying to, let me put this out there. I'm not trying to say these things is not happening to him, but certain stuff is not making sense here to me. Certain shit is not making sense here to me. And that particular issue that he have with Diddy, I just don't understand. And someone please help me to understand, because it did not go in very much good details for me to understand, like, how is he groping and touching your butthole? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? Because for someone to get access to your butthole is two ways. Either they're removing the clothes off of you by force, sticking their hands between your butt cheeks to grope and touch your actual butthole, your anus, or you was already naked and you was bent over somehow, and that's how they touch and grope your butthole. So I'm confused. And the fact that he's saying that the actor Cuba Goodings was sexually harassing him and, you know, SAing, I'm pretty much confused about that too. So I really need I'm going to read some of the lines here just to get a better understanding of what he meant, because I don't know. It's just strange to me, because the picture that they put on here, it seemed like two homeboys, you know, talking and chilling, having a conversation or whatever, and one put their hands around another man's neck. Now, I know certain people just don't like to be touched and whatever, but I do see that type of gesture being common around even straight men. Like, that don't even seem as if that was like, oh, he's trying to get on you, put something on you, or whatever the case may be he's trying to say. So, let me read line 235 all the way down to probably like 240. Yeah, I think I'm on, 239. So let me read this here. So it reads, Mr. Jones incorporated by reference all preceding paragraph and reallegates them as if set forth fully herein. As described above, Jane Doe I frightened and placed plaintiff in comprehensive of harm when she physically and no, how is this about? Oh, that's Young Miami cousin. Hold on, I read the wrong line. Hold on. Let me find it. Goodings right here. So it's actually line 245. Okay. Mr. Jones Incorporated. Okay, whatever. Here, Mr. Jones was sexually assaulted by Cuba Jones Jr. on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands in January 2023. Mr. Combs was present while Mr. Jones was being assaulted by Cuba Goodings Jr. Mr. Jones was legally on the premises as a guest and invitee of Mr. Combs. Cuba Gooding Jr. was legally on the premise as a guest and invitee of Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs owned through renting the premises and had domain and control over the premises where Mr. Jones was harmed. Mr. Combs had dominate, whatever, and control of the premises where Mr. Jones was. Okay, that's what I'm at. Mr. Combs had domain and control over the action of Cuba Gooding Jr. and failed to step in and stop Cuba Gooding Jr. from sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. As the owner of the property, Mr. Combs had a duty to protect Mr. Jones from the harm he suffered at hand of Cuba Goodings. I'm going to call him Goodings because it's too much to say all his name. Mr. Combs breached his duty when he failed to stop Goodings from sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. In furtherance of this breach, Mr. Combs encouraged Cuba to continue his assault of Mr. Jones when he said that Cuba should privately get to know Mr. Jones better. Mr. Jones has suffered immensely because of Mr. Combs' intentional breach of his duty. As a result of Mr. Combs' breach of his duty, Mr. Jones has suffered, continued to suffer. Oh my God. Sir, I guess this is basically like what was the cause after that action. So I would have to find, because I really need to understand what he meant by assaulting, because in the picture that he provided, and it could be videos, but in the picture, it just seems as if they were just homeboys hanging out. Probably was having a conversation, and Gooding put his hand around Lil Rod neck just to talk and, could hear each other, because it seemed like they're in the studio and they're listening to music. Now, my question would be, why is Cuba on the yacht? Because if this is like a music situation or whatever, like why he's there. I know he don't do music. He just, do freaking, I don't know, movies and shows and whatever. So I'm confused. Okay, so Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Jones to Cuba. Let's read that. So it's line 109. Mr. Jones believed that Mr. Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friend. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba while they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. During the introduction, Mr. Combs suggested that Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. He then left them alone in a makeshift studio on the yacht. That's kind of weird. Okay, Mr. Combs and Cuba moment before Mr. Jones. So he's showing the picture. As evident by a video. Oh, so it was a video. So it wasn't like a picture. So it was a video. Okay. Of which screenshots are embedded below. Cuba Gooding, began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones' leg, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his the small of his back near his buttock and his shoulders. Mr. Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Gooding Jr. He rejected his advance, and Mr. Jones did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. The following is a screenshot of the encounter with Mr. Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong now. This is my understanding. So apparently, Diddy told Cuba, hey, this is my producer, Lil Rod. I think y'all should get to know each other a little bit better. Walked out. Then apparently Cuba ended up holding on to him while they was in this studio on the yacht and was touching on his thighs and legs and lower back by his butt. But I don't know. Like, this picture here, like, they should put the video for me to really understand, because this picture here show me he's chill. And then secondly, who took the video? That is the question. Who took the video? Because if you so uncomfortable, and if you said it was only y'all two in the so-called studio that was there, and Diddy literally left, who took the video? Who took the video? Like, I'm literally confused. Like, I want to believe this is what's happening, but my whole thing is, you cannot be smiling and doing like a sign with your hands and whatever. You look like you're leaning in towards Cuba in this picture. Now, it does seem as if like you didn't want to go all the way in, but because Cuba had his arm around your shoulder, like, you know, and then where Cuba's hand is, it looked like it's on his own leg, not your leg. So it's better if we see the video so everyone could get a better understanding, especially me, because I don't understand. I don't really understand if Cuba was really trying to sexually harass you. I'm confused, but whatever. If that is your story, that is your story. I cannot say, you know, oh, I don't think that happened. I think you're lying. Listen, until we see the videos and stuff like that, then we'll go from there. All right. So then the next thing is Diddy walking around naked in his house. Now, I wanted to talk about that because, listen, you in Diddy's house and he paid his own bill. And I know sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable to see people walk around naked in their house, but there's a lot of people that likes to walk around their house naked. They love to be nude. To put a quick story, there was a guy that I was friends with. Now, mind you, let me put this out there. I never seen him nude, but because he know I was a little bit uncomfortable with that, he always make sure he had clothes on. But he say, like, when he's home and he know people, like, he walks around nude. Like, he have no problem doing that. So with that, I don't know. Yeah, it could be uncomfortable, and that is on your own preference. Like, you could be like, yo, okay, I'll meet you at the studio or whatever like that if you know that he walks around his house nude. So this is why I think Christina, she was like, you know, it's Sean, because it's like, okay, well, this is something he do in his house and you're in his house. So I think, you know, with that, I feel like no one should be trying to add that on there because it's my house. I do what I please. I pay the bills here. You know, my name is on this house. I do what I please. If you don't want to see it, FaceTime me or wait till we meet at a studio or whatever where I have to put clothes on. So that's what I have to say about that. Now, the other thing is Young Miami Cousin and then Young Miami. Now, we have to talk about this because rumors in the street is that the City Girls had broke off And it seemed as if Young Miami and JT may not be cool. I don't believe that, because I do see I see both of them are still following each other. I do see that they do comment on certain pictures and videos sometimes of each other. So I wouldn't believe that. But I feel as if Young Miami have changed after linking up with Diddy. She's been very different to who she was prior to when we met her. So, with the fact that they're putting Diddy business out here with having all these type of drugs, pink cocaine, ecstasy, this and that, whatever, you may not, well, let me not say you may not, you would never know. That is true. Yeah. You would never know if Young Miami is doing these drugs, since Miami is a place where, and I'm talking about Miami, Florida. Miami is a place where people do a lot of drugs, and cocaine is number one and ecstasy is number two. Okay. Number three is weed. And I wouldn't be shocked, okay, if, she's dabbling, because if Diddy is doing that and she's admitting she like to be, golden showered on and liking to do this and that and whatever, I wouldn't be shocked that, she's also doing drugs with this man. And I understand, this man put you on the map. He's helping you, branch out, give you money, putting you on trips, taking you here, taking you there, and whatever. And, certain people really get lost in the fact that, hey, I'm talking to this wealthy man. He's taking care of me. All I have to do is this weird shit that, I kind of fucks with a little bit. And, you get yourself caught up. That's all I can say. You get yourself caught up. And that's why I think Young Miami's in. She's got herself caught up into it. And do she care? I don't think so, because, to each his own. Let me just say that. To each his own. Now, when it comes to Young Miami cousin being involved in sexually harassing him, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really not trying to be like, this never happened, but my thing is, how do you go to a bathroom? Now, let me say this. Yeah, matter of fact, this is my thing. Whenever I go to the bathroom, even at my house, I lock the door. Like, I lock it. Just so that people don't walk in, barge in, or sometimes when they don't hear the bathroom fan, they just think no one's in there and they just walk in, right? So just like you in a public bathroom, you lock the door, you slide the little thing so it can lock so no one barge in. You should be doing the same thing at other people's houses, studios, and etc. So people don't walk in while you're using the bathroom, right? So my thing is, how did Young Miami cousin just walk into the bathroom, got in her knees, and then start giving you service? Like, the whole lineup just did not make sense to me. And I cannot be the only one that's like, what? So she just walked in the bathroom, got on her knees, and tried to give you service. Like, what happened prior to that? Like, was she on drugs? Was she on alcohol? Was she drunk? Or was she flirting with you since you got there? And she was like clinging on you because she thought you was cute and that's what you wanted? Or what? Like, there's no backstory to all this event. It's just like jump into, oh, she seen me walk in the bathroom. She came in the bathroom that wasn't locked, opened it, got on her knees while I'm trying to use the bathroom, meaning your shit was out, probably with pee and shit, and she's sucking it. It is not adding up to me. Like, those allegations here, like, when you really read between the line and comb it through and really like try to put two and two together, it's like, what? How? Like, why the bathroom was not locked behind you? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And what was her thinking process? Like, what was her, her attitude? What was her body language? What was she doing prior to all of that? Like, was she like caressing you when you was out there chatting with everybody? Like, was she sitting on your lap prior? Was she sitting close to you? Was she drinking a little too much? Was she doing drugs and she was a bit high? Like, what was it? Like, cause I'm confused. I don't understand, and I really want to understand before we claim that Young Miami cousin was trying to get at you. It just don't make sense. Now, let's go and look at the allegation with the son, Christian Cone. Now, I'm not sure what the fuck is going on with that one. Like, why is his sons being involved in Diddy's mess of a world where they're being accused of, joining their father in SAing and having, undersex, I said undersex, but underage girls at their house. God knows what they're doing with the childs. But at the same time, I do want to put this out there because I feel as if everyone is so busy at looking at the grown up in this situation of, oh, why these young kids is around them, they're grooming and this and that. And let's be honest, and I'm not saying this is what Diddy doing, but let's be honest. These kids and kids back then and back in those ages as well, they know what they was doing, okay? If you remember yourself going back to high school, middle school, y'all remember them conversations y'all used to have with y'all friends, okay? Y'all remember being like, oh, I'm gonna be going out with this boy. He's such and such age. And he be like either high school or fucking college. And y'all be in middle school talking to these older guys. So I feel as if sometimes, yeah, we may see underage kids or whatever at, grown-up folks' party, but these kids be lying. They be lying about their age. They be lying about, what they doing there or what happened or whatever. The only time they're going to act and feel like they're a child is when they get caught. Let's be honest. Is when they get caught. And until then, they still going to be going to Diddy's party because what? He's rich. He got money. They want to be like Young Miami, being under him, getting paid, being flying out, getting money, da-da-da. They don't have to work hard for it. So, honestly, I take that with a grain of salt when it comes to seeing underage girls at these celebrity houses that's twice their age, because these kids, these teenagers know what they're doing. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we should only attack the grown up. No, we need to attack both of them, because at the same time, these teenagers, they be knowing what they doing, like I said. So I'm just going to keep it there. Now, I'm not sure how old is Justin. You know what? That's something that we need to Google. Let's Google that. How old is Justin Dior Cole? Let's open another page right here, just so I can see what is his age, because I don't really follow Diddy and his whole family and like that, so I don't be caring too much. But the fact that Diddy's been literally on our pages, on our social media, like crazy, is driving me wild. No, sir. No. First of all, Justin is a Capricorn. His birthday is December 30th, 1993. He is 30 years old. Well, 31 years old. Because I turned fucking 31 this year. He turned 31. Did he? Yeah, he turned 31 December of last year. So yeah, he's 31 now. Ooh, so yeah, they was underage, bitch. They was underage. But once again, these kids know what they doing. I'm telling you, these kids know what they doing. And they love to use this line, hey, there's nothing but a number. Just so they can get with you. And then when shit, hit the fans, they want to act like a child and be all innocent and feel like they're the victim. So, baby, I'm not going to sit here and say anything about that, baby. Let the court, let the judge, let the goddamn jury decide whether he's guilty for that or not. Because, baby, I don't want to say nothing more about that shit. Because I'm sick of these kids. I really am. I'm sick of these kids acting like, they the victim all the time when they're not. Okay. But anywho, now I want to get to the part where it's a freak off. Now, y'all remember Cassidy had that same thing on her lawsuit. Now, we know Diddy is very much known to have all these wild and crazy party once it hit a particular time. Now, the allegations that was against Diddy was Diddy would, want to have sex all of the time, wanted Cassie to have sex with other people, and he wants to watch. Now, I want to put this out here, not trying to go against Cassie claims and whatever, but really listening and paying attention to what was said. I feel as if Diddy is in the BDSM world. Now, I'm not going to say 100%, but some of the things that he does in those allegations are similar, let me say that, not same, but similar to things that will be done in the BDSM world. In a world where you have, in the BDSM world, you will have submissive and you will have the dom, or you will have the master, right? And it seems as if, to me, that he took it to the extreme. And I think probably Cassie was done and through with it because it was too extreme for her, right? Now, this is why I did not want to be like, oh my God, this is so crazy, because baby, I know about that BDSM world. And let me tell y'all, if y'all think y'all been watching porn and y'all seen a little 1, 2 of that, let me tell you, you did not see nothing yet, because there are some strange and weird requests that you will get that you would think, oh, I need to sue this person for real. But that is what in the BDSM community is. So I feel as if we need to open our eyes and stop being this conservative view all the time, because not everyone lives in the conservative view, right? So I understand it may have been horrible or it was forced upon her. But at the same time, if that was the agreement that y'all had between each other, and, the agreement was that, hey, this, that need to be done, then why are you complaining now because you was having fun while it was happening before? And if you was done and tired of that whole situation, you should have left. and you should have cut the contract. And I understand, because I hear y'all, oh, you can't be saying that because people be forced into stuff, and because he got so much power, he couldn't get out of it. Da, da, da. I understand that clearly. Listen, I understand. I truly do. And I will never take that against anyone that's going through something like that. But at the same time, it's like the movie 50 Shades of Grey, if y'all seen it. But 50 Grayish Shades did not even scratch the surface of what submissive and dom or submissive and master role is. Y'all don't even fucking understand what it includes. All they did was scratch the tip of the hairline of a BDSM world when it comes to that. And I truly believe that is what Diddy is into. He's really into that. And a lot of people that have money and power like that, they love those type of relationship where it's a master or dom or sub or dom, sub and master switches and stuff like that, because people with money, because they're so dominant in life, they want to be submissive. Now, Diddy was a whole opposite. He's dominant outside and he was dominant in bed. And baby, I think he just liked it a submissive to be really submissive and do everything he likes and da 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 da. So I just believe at that time, Cassidy was just done. Like, she's getting up in age. She's like, look, baby, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to have a family. I'm ready to, live a good, wholesome life. And I'm not into all this shit no more. And I just think that's what that was. But again, you never know, right? You just never know. It could truly be something where, she felt attacked. She felt like she could not get out of it and she was forced into it, according to her allegations. So you just never know. And this is why I felt as if, I don't know how to say this. For me, it's like, why take so long? Like, if you was really going through all of that and you was not interested in anything and you was forced throughout that, why did you wait a whole 5-10 years to sue this man to say all of these things? Because it's just weird to me. But again, I hear y'all in the back. Well, it takes time and courage for people to come out and, tell their story when they went through an experience like that. I understand. Like I keep telling y'all, I understand very well. Trust me. But I feel as if it was a missed opportunity to make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have took down Diddy long time ago, because the rumor is they was investigating Diddy for a while now. And I feel as if Cassidy would have came out a bit sooner with all of this, literally FBI would have been on his ass and he would have been booked. But because y'all remember, we do have limited statues here all around the states. So sometimes you have to be quick. And I know it's hurtful. I know it's hard to, come out and share your experiences, but maybe that would have been the best time, because we would not continue to have all these lawsuits and situation with Diddy. And we know Diddy is just a demon in this damn entertainment world industry, because this man caused so much mayhem and issues and drama, suck people dry. He's like a vampire in the music industry, and suck and dry everyone and then toss them to the side with their non-repeatable money revenue of songs and I forgot what it's called when you get your all your money for making your music and stuff. So yeah. So Diddy just need to go. I really do. I feel as if it's too much of the same thing being said. And I feel as if Tiffany Red's going to have the same type of story, kind of putting in more details of what Cassidy and Lil Rod have seen with Diddy, and then put her own issues within that. And I really just want to see what this lawsuit is going to do, because apparently Diddy is literally going to fight this. So we'll see, because I understand, Diddy had settled with Cassidy quick. And for me, I feel like you can take two things out of it. You can take that, all of that could have been true, right? All of that could have been true. Or the reason why he settled so quick is because, again, they've been together. Cassidy and him been together for over 10 years. And he might have really loved her, cherished her, or whatever. Like, listen, you have to be the benefit of doubt of situations, okay? And I feel as if he really cared and really loved Cassidy, that he rather not put her through all of that. So whatever she wants, if money is what she wants, they're going to settle it, give her the money, and call it a day. And so that she can move on with her life and he can move on, but he will still love and cherish her. That's how I feel that he might not. That's why he might, but I think that's why he settled so quick. I don't think it's due to the allegation of like all the shit that was said in the lawsuit. I just feel as if he just wanted to settle it very fast and quick, because listen, Cassie, I love you, girl. Whatever you want, whatever, here. I'm not stressing about it. If money what you want, that's what you get. Here. Type of shit. That's how I felt. So y'all leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree with my opinions on these? Do you think that it should have been more details about certain allegation that Lil Rod is claiming? Or do you think what he said is true and they will give more detail in court? Do you think Diddy would really fight this lawsuit, or he will settle with Lil Rod? Do you think that Tiffany Red and Lil Rod would join together in the lawsuit, or would it be separate lawsuits against Diddy? And do you think both of them will win? Who do you think will win? Who will not win? Let's have the convo. Let's have the convo down in the comments. Let's really talk about it. Let's get into this. Let's see what is out there, what y'all think, because I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? My opinion is my opinion. I could be wrong. And y'all might think something else. So let's talk about it down below, all right? I hope to see you guys on my next podcast. See you, babes. Hey, babes. Thanks for tuning in and listening to this episode. Like, share, and follow our podcast if you really enjoyed today's topic, because there's so much more to come, and I don't think you want to miss out. Okay, I didn't think so. Well, babes, see you later on the next episode. Bye.